take a bath, I don't fill up the bath. It would get cold too fast.
She's like, nah, man, all right, this is what I do. I fill it just enough to cover my feet. And then I swan in the tub to get some of the warmth on my naked body from the boiling water that I poured in the tub. And then I wash myself.
That would be, Molly, please, that would be ridiculous. Of course I didn't do it like that.
Welcome back, one and all. Thank you for listening. If you're new here, this is the Totally Wholesome, Not Dirty podcast, and I'm your host, Molly Stewart. We define wholesome a little differently here, and my guests span everywhere from the adult industry to the vanilla side of humanity. If you haven't, please consider subscribing. Word of mouth is what helps this podcast grow. So share with a friend, leave a comment, download an episode, or anything you can to help with the algorithm. I release episodes every Monday, and if you're subscribed, you'll never miss an episode. You don't want to miss out on all the crazy conversations that evolve here. But that's enough from me, and let's get to today's guest. That was our first big, deep breath of this broadcast. It's not a broadcast. I'm not doing this live. Welcome back once again to the Totally Wholesome, Not Dirty podcast. I am your host, Molly Stewart, and today's guest is the beautiful and charming Alex Cole.
Oh, me.
She's returned to grace us with her presence.
I made her bring me back. I was very happy here.
Oh, for the more. I remember that too, like, because when we first shot it, you're like, I want to come back, and then it's like everything was busy and ridiculousness. But it's nice because now
Sparkle Pillow.
Sparkle Pillow is cute, but
Sparkle
I'm not gonna
Pillow
lie,
is
it
cute.
impedes the butt.
It does.
Because, all right, so we shot the podcast, and then it was like, I can't remember, it was so long ago. And then just with everything happening and getting so busy, and then you had COVID, and then I had COVID. And
I had COVID before the podcast, I think.
You did?
Then
I had it
and
after.
And then you had it, and then I bought a house. And
That's right, yes.
And I went to Florida.
Basically, it's just been intense busyness. However, we've been chilling more recently and actually shooting together, which was super fun.
Because our friendship has always been kind of a long-distance friendship, even though we were close.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that before we were rolling, actually, too, because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, maybe we don't hear from each other for like months at a time. And it's like, then we'll hang out for like a month or two. And then we might not hear each other for a month or two.
We get busy, and we both understand that we're busy, and that doesn't mean, just because I'm not here with you doesn't mean that I don't want to be.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
that I don't think about you.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get better.
Oh, I don't think about you unless you're here. In front of
okay,
me,
that's fine. Object permanence is a skill that you learn like really early on, and you might have missed it. It's easy to skip.
Perfect.
So I understand you, and I accept you. Should I be this? I don't know.
Accept it. You can just... I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you
need like the PewDiePie one that you can throat. This is not.
Or you can just.
This is like a chode.
I'll just sit back even further. Like I am. Look how cute I look today. For those who are only listening, I don't look cute. It's a lie. I'm wearing just pajama pants.
Looks really cute.
I did my makeup though. That was
nice.
Only because I have customs to do today.
I did it a little because I did watch the other podcast, and I was like, I probably should have put some makeup on.
I think that all the time. Every time that I review an episode, I'm like, oh,
I made
That's what choice. I look like. That was my choice. I woke up and chose violence against myself.
Against the viewer's eyes.
But, the funny thing is, like, nobody really seems to care.
No, they don't.
But that's what I've been saying, too, is, like, the more and more the time goes on, the less and less that I care, too, because I realize that nobody really cares. And anybody who does, they suck.
Fuck 'em.
Like, who gives a shit?
The nice people don't care, and they're the only people that I give a shit about at this point.
I get so tired of just shitty people. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into it too much because I know that's frustrating, but it's one of the reasons I feel like we started connecting even more was people being shit to you.
Oh my
and
God.
It sends me into a rage, especially because it's like, and I've said this before in past episodes about, like, I think if you guys have listened to my episode with Tina, the creator of Workshop, it's just like when you know someone and you know how kind they are and genuine or how good of a worker or whatever it is that you value about that particular person. And then you see other people attacking that person's character, someone that you care for and do that. You're like, well, there's nothing that I can really do about it, but you want to do something. But like, what can you really do? Because
I don't ever expect anybody to do anything about it. Because honestly, for the longest time, I was like, just don't say anything to them. Just like let it go. Because it doesn't matter. It's the same as if like a stranger at the gas station was like, you fucking bitch, and I'd be like, that's nice. Bye. Yeah. I don't. That doesn't hurt me, but I'm a little worried that maybe you're dangerous.
Yeah. No.
But no, I really appreciate that.
No, well, I appreciate you, and it's like, and
well, and that's how I know you're a good friend too, because like I definitely have had people say some wacky shit about me over the years, and I'm always surprised, and I shouldn't be anymore. But I've had people that I was friends with for years, 3 years even, just go, oh, somebody said that about you, so I'm just gonna like just in case, not even talk to me about it, but that's how they handled it. Like, just in case we're not friends anymore. Like, but you're one of the actual friends that has like stuck by me and talked to me when I'm having a hard time.
I'm happy to do so, honestly. Like, number one, I love hearing myself talk. But number two,
we both do.
Just kidding.
We both love hearing you talk.
That's actually one funny thing is I hate my voice. Like, I hate how I sound. And so that's why I use so many different voices, and I can change it, and I can just like characters, because I hate myself. Not actually, but a little bit. We all do. A little self-loathing is healthy, I think.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, if you love everything about yourself, you're just
then
a
you're
narcissist.
A piece of shit.
So. Those are synonyms.
What was I saying? Got off on a tangent. I love hearing myself talk anyway, but I don't. But basically the whole thing with like just having someone to talk to, it's like until someone actively does something to you, right, that harms your life or something, like I didn't know you that well. Like I knew of you. We were like internet homies and stuff like that, but we never really hung out until
I always thought you were like really cool, and I was like, she's so cool. Like maybe someday we could like be friends. That'd be nice.
That's because she didn't actually know me.
I
and
didn't
now
know
she's
her
like,
yet.
oh my god,
now I'm
she's
like,
not
you're like
cool
me.
at all.
You're like me a lot. We're different, but we have
a lot of similarities.
There's so much shit you say that I just interrupt you because then I'm like, oh, me too. So I'm gonna stop interrupting you now.
No, and that's funny too. Like, and it's what it boils down to, right? Like different interests, sure. Or for instance, like I'm a dog person, you're a cat person,
I am.
Or like all this stuff. Both still love animals.
Mortal enemies.
But it's like I feel like there's so many different ways to connect with people, and it's like I feel like there's in a lot of instances like people want the people that they surround themselves with to basically just emulate them, which. When I mean that is almost like we have to have all the same opinions. We have to have all the same. And it's like, I feel like you can find so much more common ground if you look at things in a broad way where it's like, well, the thing is, if you like some things about this person and then focus on those things, like focus on the things that you do like. And if you can't get past, we were even talking about this too before we were rolling. If you cannot get past those little pet peeves or irritations about someone, it's like be cordial, but remove yourself. Like you don't have to be involved with people in that way. But it's like, one thing, especially sitting down with the podcast and stuff and actually talking to people and then like people on repeat and then hanging out with them post podcast and talking even more. It's like so many vast differences between the lives of like some really amazing people that I've been lucky enough to like meet and talk to. But then at the very core, so many very deep similarities and shared experiences or similar shared experiences that allow you to connect on a level that actually matters instead of, oh, Cole, she likes cats more than dogs. like do you know what I mean?
Enemies.
Like,
yeah.
It's so silly.
And I think that maturity comes with realizing that, you want your friends to have integrity and character, and that matters the most.
It does.
And then everything else is just like icing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, maybe it's not your favorite icing.
Yeah. And integrity and character is what I think something that I noticed too. Integrity and character is something that I find in the differences that I have with my friends, where it's like you are comfortable enough with me and I'm comfortable enough with you to discuss something that we don't necessarily agree on, then go forth accepting each other's opinions and just having a discussion about it. And it's not like
it's not a thing. It's not it's going to be a battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because at the core, we connect in a deeper way,
Yeah.
which is really cool. But then it kind of allows you, I think, to kind of then separate those differences more easily, because it's like, well, who cares if, she likes crunchy peanut butter versus smooth? And these are very generic comparisons, but they span so much of like different friendships and stuff that I've encountered, or even as far as like, opinions about almost anything can be, if they're up to a point that's like, I can understand if someone is like too polarizing. Well, then don't spend your time around that person. It wasn't meant to be and wasn't meant to mesh. But I think that you can have similar views of the world, but still have differences in like how it is that you come to see it that way. And like fighting over those little things, like the problem is you can tell someone your opinion, you can explain your way of thinking as much as you want, but you've not lived that other person's life, so you don't know and you haven't experienced or held on to any attachments from basically this entire life of other people influencing it, of other experiences influencing it before you were even a part of the equation. So it's like you can't expect, to just say your brain to someone and then have them be like, oh, I completely understand that and agree with you too, because they also didn't live your life that brought you to that realization.
Absolutely. And that's kind of what
That was really long.
I completely,
I feel like
no, that
like
was
an
really
hour
good.
long.
That's going to be a clip. That's a TikTok right there.
Clip talk. David. Clip talk.
And then I wish we'd gotten a clip of your dating advice you were giving me the other day. But before I segue, that was a really good segue. But what I was going to say is I just know that like you're a person with integrity. I know that if you tell me you're going to do something, you're going to do it. I know I can count on you. You let me take a shower at your house, which you suggested.
Tell everyone about that. Oh my God. It was so
Molly
funny.
is a really good person.
No.
All
All right, shut up. I'll fucking do it. All right, so I'm sitting.
I don't tell stories
I'm
good.
stoned out of my mind on my period in my bathtub.
I had an...
And she texts me all like, can I call you? Like, it's a thing. And I was like, yeah, I mean, yes, of course, but that sounds serious. Like, when the fuck is ever someone like, so someone either calls me, if someone is like, can I call you? It's
I wanted to call you so you could hear the tone of my voice. And I was like, I don't want to say, I'm not good at the typing, okay? I can't words good.
I do too, but I understand.
Yes. No, you're good. Good. Tell the story.
And so it's like this whole thing, and she calls me, and I'm like, yes, you can come take a shower. She's like, I'm between these places, and I thought there was a shower here, but there's no water, and I brought all the things, and I don't know. And I'm like, come shower. There's 3 showers here. They're all outfitted with like shampoos and conditioners because people shoot content at my house, so I let them shower. Like come shower, come to my place.
I was like on the verge of tears because I was so fucking frustrated.
She was at the end of her rope.
I was so fucking because I had the pipe burst under the concrete of my house, the slab. So that's the expensive one. So it's gonna be like $8,000 to fix that. Oh my God. And yeah, it's better than I thought it was gonna be actually. And so that had happened, so I didn't have hot water at my house because I can't turn the hot water on. So I got the new house, so I went to the new house to shower, and the fucking water wasn't on yet. And I tried calling my ex, and I was trying to see if I could shower there, and they weren't answering. So I was just in my car with my soap and my scrubby gloves, just oily hair.
But this bitch goes...
What did I do?
She texts me. Because, like, all right, so she had called me. I said, so she's like, oh, no, I don't think I need to, blah, blah. And so I text her, and I'm like, no. She's like, no, it's fine. I'm already boiling kettles.
You bitch.
I was like, excuse me? Are we in the Stone Age? What are we doing? You're boiling kettles? Do you know how long?
I have an electric kettle next to the bathtub. I don't take a bath. I don't fill up the bath. It would get cold too fast.
She's like, nah, man, all right, this is what I do. I fill it just enough to cover my feet. And then I spawn in the tub to get some of the warmth on my naked body from the water that I poured in the tub. And then I wash myself.
That would be Molly, please, that would be ridiculous. Of course I didn't do it like that. I heated up the kettle and I had an empty bottle that you put water in, and I would fill it like 2/4 or half of the way. I had an edible before I came over, and you're smoking, so we're on the same level. I filled the bottle. I accidentally took a photo of my bathroom and the bottles in it, and people were like, "Is that a special water bottle?" And I was like, "Yeah, kinda," because
This is my tub bottle because I don't deserve nice things.
I'd fill the bottle like half to 3/4 way full of cold water, and then pour the hot water into the bottle, and then use that. And a kettle goes a long way when you add that much cold water, Molly. It's much better than what you said about the feet water.
Okay, it's so much better.
Clean bottled water instead of feet water. It's like a Dasani bottle, too. The worst water.
Oh, my God. Do you remember, like, I don't understand how it is that, like, suddenly I never run out of hot water. But yet when I was a kid, we were always
never
out of hot water.
Never had hot water. Because the water heaters are better.
Is that what it is?
That's
it's just that they're better?
Yeah.
Or is it...
They're higher capacity and all that shit. And then if you have the fancy house, they have the heater that's in the wall that it heats the water as it travels through the pipe. Like, they wrap it around. I don't know how it works, but I imagine that they wrap it around the pipe.
I need that in my life.
It's instant water. Instant hot. Because it heats it as it goes through the pipe.
I just want to make my house so convenient that I never have to leave it.
I agree with this plan. Completely.
Like, unless I really want to. Like...
I mean, yeah, we could go do pew-pew and stuff, but...
Yeah, for sure, but... anyway, I don't know.
I just saw a foot out the window.
Yeah, they're working out outside. But, what was I saying? The hot water! Like, I swear to God, and it was always that somehow I had the last shower. Like, yeah. I remember just suffering through cold fucking showers, and I would do this thing, like, because you use all the hot water that you can on your body, right? And you do that as fast as you fucking can. You shave your legs because you're trying to be a girl.
And then you turn off the water for that part.
Because you're going fast and you only have those little pink disposable razors because you haven't discovered that there are ones that have lotion and 5 blades.
Those pink razors.
And your legs are always torn the fuck up because you're just hurrying.
They're punishment for that moms buy you those because they hate that you're growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, no,
thanks,
you don't
Mom.
need to be cute. You're going to get pregnant and ruin my life. You already ruined it once.
Exactly. But then the turning point comes because you can feel the hotness start to leave. So you turn up the heat even more, but you realize it's at capacity. Like, it's already at the hottest and you're like, I want to fucking kill myself. And it's steady until all of a sudden it's just frigid. So what you have to do is rinse your body as fast as you can in what's left of the lukewarm water. And then you flip your head over. And you only get your head wet with all the cold, so you don't have to let it drain down your body.
So cool if I could do that. I've never been able to do that.
You can't flip your hair down?
No, look at this shit.
But have you?
I would look like the ring girl.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's
I know, but I can't flip it back. It doesn't really. It's
no,
so much.
You don't have to. So what you do at that point
is you
turn off the water because it's freezing. And you want to die. So then you reach out for the towel that you've conveniently placed because you know that this is your day-to-day activity. And as your head is upside down, all you do is take that towel turban it.
We're past it now. We don't ever have to do that again.
Yeah, you want to know why?
Why?
Because hot water heaters have apparently improved.
You fucking... I also grew up in a trailer, so it was like with 72-foot double wide, so I think probably the water heater wasn't too big.
Not too fantastic.
No. But, I mean, it was a nice trailer. They built additions onto it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, apparently you can. They built closets, walk-in closets onto my room and my brother's room, and then which we didn't need. And then, at all. It was like a weird cave almost. And
I remember my little walk-in closet. I used to just hide in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually, my dad was really vindictive during the divorce. So we didn't know it, but he built the closets and he poured a concrete slab for us to play basketball on. That was all our college money. So I had the walk-in closet, and then we were like, Oh, that's gone. Okay. But it's fine. I went to college anyway.
Parents
So,
are really cool sometimes.
Parents, shitty dads are the best. But we had the 2 walk-in closets, and then we had a playroom that had a shit ton of toys in it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you can build onto it.
That's cool. We had an unfinished basement in Michigan, and you could just do whatever down there. Like, there was a weird broken, like, ping pong table. There was, like, what was there? There was one of those, just one, mind you, those weird old desks. Kids today probably don't know, but if you're old enough to be listening to this podcast, you probably remember these. They were like wood and metal, and they would scrape along the floor to like remember, and the tops would lift. The wood top would lift,
I think
and that's
so.
where you'd store your pens and binders
Yeah,
and shit.
like a school desk. Mm-hmm. Oh,
And it was one of those like really old, heavy ones. So there's just one of those,
Ew.
like in the center of this unfinished basement. It's really weird. When I think
Were
of it.
there rituals done or sacrifices? Maybe
I
because it
used
sounds
to,
like a place like that.
I used to like cut my Barbie's hair and shit, like take off their arms. But aside from shit like that, no rituals.
Oh, okay.
We were very religious, so it wasn't really. Well, I guess the entire upbringing was kind of a ritual of sorts, an indoctrination. But it didn't.
Yeah, but
it didn't
it's socially
stick. It didn't
acceptable
hold.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, socially acceptable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Brainwashing is only okay if it's socially acceptable.
I think okay, so here's my idea on this, right? It's like I kind of rejected the religious aspect. It's like I got into bits of it. I was against it here. Like I argued things, but it was like overall it was like what I was raised with. And it's like, of course, the older I got, the more I was just like, no, it doesn't make sense. But I kind of wonder if like that kind of like, you know, that I'm not, it's not like culty really, but it's like, I mean, it is kind of culty.
Kinda.
Like as far as just kind of that, I kind of wonder if that was how I was so easily indoctrinated into my last relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that it fucked me up a little bit, especially in relationships.
Yeah.
Because I definitely, I held on to it for a long time because it was a weird, there was no religion in the household until I was 14.
Yeah,
So when they got divorced, that's when
they pulled it out as like
she
a
went
crutch.
Southern Baptist hardcore. Like she was like LGBTQ friendly before that. Then she like did not want me to be friends with my one gay friend anymore. And
That's crazy.
yeah, so she went hard Southern Baptist, and then he went hard Pentecostal, which is somehow worse.
That's the snakes one.
That's the snakes and the foaming at the mouth and the red faces and on the ground, and women aren't allowed to learn or wear pants or cut their hair.
Fuck pants.
I had hair down to my fucking almost my knees, like
so
middle thigh.
How do you manage with hair that long? Because I've had long hair, but not like that long. I remember there was a second grade teacher for the very brief time that I was in the public education system, and she had hair that was almost down to like her ankles. I can't remember what her name was. Oh, I shouldn't say it anyway. Why am I trying to think of it?
Yeah,
it's because I'm just talking to you.
Yeah, I know.
Summer is right around the corner, and you know what that means. Hot boys summer. That's right. The weather is heating up, and your boys need to be ready. Let's be honest, nobody wants a Sasquatch at a pool party. Luckily, the sponsors of today's show, Manscaped, are here to turn your ick into some give me that dick. Before you strip down, bundle up with the Performance Package 4.0. You'll get the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker nose and ear trimmer, Crop Preserver Ball deodorant, Crop Reviver Ball toner, and 2 free gifts. The Performance Boxer briefs and a high-end shed travel bag to hold all your goodies. The Lawnmower 4.0 is not only waterproof, but also features their advanced skin-safe technology in a ceramic blade designed to reduce grooming accidents. The trimmer also has a crazy LED spotlight so you can get a precise shave. April is also Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, and Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35 with their We Save the Balls initiative. Learn more at manscaped.com and use my code TWND at checkout to get 20% off and free shipping. Whether you want to be in the sun or the daughter this summer, get ready and smell fresh with Manscaped.
No, but anyway, but like it was so long, and I always would wonder, like, how do you
How do you do it?
You get used to it because
Really?
it's happening slowly. Like
Yeah.
you don't wake up and then it's there.
And your hair must be like, is it so heavy too? Because it feels really
Yes.
thick.
Here, you
So,
can feel how
I
heavy
wanna
it
feel
is.
it.
Here, have a handful. You're not gonna hurt me.
It's very heavy.
It's very. I have a very strong scalp.
You can just like.
Yeah, people can pull my hair and it's just like, that's okay. That's nice.
I like my hair. Okay,
It's
I've
my turn. You do
yeah,
it.
you do. I lost like all the feeling in my scalp.
Oh really?
Well, no,
Did you not feel that?
not really.
Okay.
It's that. All right.
It's that.
Number one, I just
pulley
like
feeling?
grew that high pain tolerance that I think you acquire as a
Yeah.
child who was spanked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you're just like, no, fucking harder. I didn't even feel that. Are you, you know, like that kind of shit.
I didn't get that.
But my mom, when I was a kid, would like, this was not like she's beating me, but she,
No.
you know how moms did with
The brush.
the brush and making like the tightest fucking French braids
you
possible, like
possibly
played it down.
could.
Just to like, and I'm like, why? And they hurt, and I have a headache. I can't, like, and just like the teasing of the hair, and just, oh my god, like there's nothing you can do to hurt my scalp anymore.
I can't get used to teasing because she didn't do that ever, not once. I didn't even know teasing was a thing.
Yeah.
And then I hate it. I don't like how it feels. But the super tight braids and the ponytails on
Oh
top
my
of your head and
God.
stuff.
I like the little
And the
pigtails
brush.
and like, oh my god. So, anyway, sorry, I just like relived.
No,
that.
but you just get used to it over time.
You
it's
do,
just
'cause it's
slowly
just-
happening, and every
It's
now
just
and
like
then
it's just like an abusive relationship. It
yeah.
happens
You just
slowly
sink
over
into
time,
it.
and you start just acclimating it to it, and you're like, oh,
Like
that
a-
was not. Oh, but then there was this nice thing, and oh, then this one isn't. Oh,
Yep.
it's not as bad this time. Oh, it's not as bad this time. And,
Yep, it's
oh, and then
just
you
like
reach a
the-
point that you just don't care about anything, and you want to die.
yeah, it's just like the frog in boiling water analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you drop a frog in boiling water, it's gonna jump out. But if you put it in a bucket of cold water and you heat it up, it'll boil in there and it'll acclimate, so it won't jump out.
That's a really good analogy.
It's a really sad analogy. I can't think of a better one.
It's a sad analogy, but it's a good one because
Yeah.
it's. I feel like it is very representative of
Yeah,
a lot of instances that I can think of that
Yeah.
come to mind.
yeah.
You know, it's like you go through enough and you just start. Like, okay, so I've been watching a lot of those, like the scammy things, like the Tinder swindler, and I've been watching the bad vegan thing, and it's funny because not so much with the Tinder swindler, but with the bad vegan thing, and I look at kind of the way that she was like groomed and like eased into things, and the way that she explains it as like, oh, this was a weird thing, but then something weirder happened and this thing didn't seem as weird, and then you got
Yeah.
used to this thing, and then the bar was set down here for it being the weirdest thing, and now it wasn't as big of a deal because this happened, and it was like,
That's exactly it.
I was like, oh, oof, I feel attacked.
Too
Yeah.
real.
Too real, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. Maybe this will help me realize stuff. I feel like I've just realized a lot of things about the past recently, and it's a lot to.
I feel like we've both gone through these periods of intense, fast personal growth. Mm-hmm. Like I've definitely seen it.
It's
in
like
you.
those little dinosaurs that you used to put in a cup of water, and then it's like, it's a
Boom.
dinosaur.
It's a big old sponge.
Ah, it's a whole new
pill
person. Like,
It's like, oh shit, that's why I do that. Ooh, why didn't I figure that out sooner?
yeah, or like, oh, now I know how to not do this thing that I hate about myself. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. It's I can do not that if
Mm-hmm.
I really think about it for 2 seconds.
I think that's the biggest thing is slowing down, because slowing down is so hard to do.
Yeah.
I was just talking about this last night with a man, because it's like, especially when you're self-employed, and it's like, and you have the drive to want to like do a lot of things and do them at least as well as you're capable of doing.
You want to do a good job and you don't
And
want to
it's-
leave money on the table.
Exactly. And it's like, and I think, especially as someone who probably also recognizes like the limitations of the career and how long it can go, or at least how long it can go before you like don't want to be doing it anymore. You know what I mean? Or at least to be able to ease back and just like live your life in
There's
a way
stages
that's
of it, too.
Exactly. There's
Like,
different stages.
There's the, teen, babe, MILF, like that's the obvious stages, but you really do feel the I feel very different than when I started.
I do too. But now one of the fun things is that like I'm doing so much more because it's like because I didn't do as much as I potentially could have for so long. Now I have like that FOMO and I want to do everything.
Yeah.
But then it's like you get overwhelmed. But at the same time, the overwhelming is actually good because it does give you I feel like for me it's that I'm forcing myself to take time to actually like sit down, think about things logically, decompress, maybe think about nothing at all, maybe like meditate or train or something like that to just kind of like keep the anxiety or the stress or the depression a little bit at bay.
Yeah.
Because it's like overthinking it is no good, but I think it's more about trying to look at the whole situation from an outside perspective. Like I try to look at it as like, all right, so if this was my friend in this type of situation, what advice would I give? And then I actually try to take it.
Yeah, because we're so much nicer to our friends.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, I'll forget to take my pill in the morning, and I'm like, you dumb bitch. You stupid bitch. It's okay, sweetie. Just go take it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to die, I promise.
It's not the end of the world if you forget one thing. It's like, but it is.
But it is, and I'm a bad person.
I don't know. It's like something that I recognize, like I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know about like perfectionism, but kind of. But as far as like just wanting to do the best or to be the best, but it's like I'm at a point that now it's more that I want to do the best that I can more than be the best, because it's like I'm never going to be the best, because like what am I trying to be the best at? I'm like doing a million things. Like I just want to do the best that I can at the things that I'm fucking doing, and it makes it like so much less pressure. It's just like it's you against you at that point, instead of like the constant comparison to other people around you and like what they're doing or their success, because it's like you can make your own you can make your own success and your own plot line if you focus on the things that like you want to be doing and doing the best that you can and pushing yourself in that way, rather than spending all the other time basically like looking at what other people are doing and just like wishing that you had
like,
that.
That looks fun.
I wish I could do that.
If I had that, I'd be happy.
Well, then get off Instagram. Like I spend so much less time on social media. It's amazing. I like to like get posts. I always like fuck up a word on this fucking show.
I don't even know what that word was supposed to be.
Posts.
Okay.
I like to get posts prepared in advance. Like I keep little folders on my phone, so I'm like, this is what I'm posting this day, because that way it's like once I post it, I can just log off. And it's like then I don't spend my time like trying to be consumed by all of it, because it's not healthy, and it's so much time waste compared to the other shit that I could be doing. And it's so much more rewarding.
It is.
What's like something that you really like doing? Like as far as like what brings you like
Well, I know I was going to agree with everything you just said, and I've kind of relaxed a little bit lately. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what I like to do again, because I haven't really been a person for the past probably 6 or 7 years, like at all. I've been a machine that does work things, which I love work. I love work. I love camming. I love shooting. Not every day, because not every day is going to be great. But overall, it makes me extremely happy to like talk to people and make them happy and get to share like our lives and stuff. But I need something other than that.
You need more. You start to realize that you need more, like, because there's a difference from like enjoying the job and loving the job and loving the work and loving the atmosphere and loving the feelings that it brings you and the things that it affords you, essentially, like the ability to work from the privacy of your own home as an introvert and be the naughty or whatever, or go to set and or whatever it is that you do. But then at the end of the day, like, I lost my train of thought.
No, you're great.
Tell me what I was saying.
You were saying
Sorry, I was hearing them, and my brain started wanting to listen through the window. I was like, don't fucking do that.
That's okay. No, we were talking about. I got so busy defending you, I don't remember now.
No, okay, because we were talking about post, making time. I don't know. Oh, like becoming the job is such a next level, and I know that because like I did that, and you did that, and it's like I don't know if it was the same for you, but for me it was like there was no separation at all. Being outside of that, and I can see
how much has changed and just my outlook on life. And then even the way that I approach work now, I think is so much healthier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it is. I think you seem a lot happier, like a lot happier. So I'm happy for you. And I think I'm a little behind you. I think I haven't figured it all out yet, but that's what
I
I'm
haven't
working
figured
on.
it all out
No,
yet
not
either.
like that, not like that. But like you're a few steps ahead of me on the process, so it's nice because I can kind of see what you're doing, and then it lets me know that I'm on the right track or maybe I'm drifting. Because it's like, I think I realized it a little later than you, that it was like, because I've had a lot of problems in my personal life, but not like the same kind of stuff. So it was easier to just keep floating. And I think just recently, like in the past year, I started sinking, and that's where I went through that part.
It's like from it, like we all float down here.
Yeah.
And it feels like that process. And then suddenly it's like you're floating and you're chasing that little balloon. And before you know it, there's a giant fucking clown monster that's eating you. And like that was that situation where it's like suddenly you don't float anymore and you like sink down and you realize,
oh shit,
how much time, like how is it now that I'm realizing this? And something that I noticed with me and then going through therapy was kind of like, it felt weird at the time because I was like when I made the decision to be like, no, like it's done, this is it, I'm not dealing with it anymore, it felt so impulsive at the time. But the more that I thought about it, it's like it wasn't impulsive. It's that I feel like at some point when you internalize things for so long, and it's like, it was at this point, and the last thing was like a lie, right? And it was like, at that point, after all these threats and all of this and that, I was like, my brain just flooded back to me, like, and things I hadn't thought about in years. Every fucking lie for the past 8 or 9 years. And it was like, fuck, nope, I can't. And it's like, and I thought that was, I felt guilt about it. I felt like, but it's that same like culty mindset where it's like, oh no, I'm the piece of shit, because you're not even you anymore. You're like this little shell casing that like looks like you, it sounds like you, but there's like none of you in there anymore, and they own it. And it's fucking crazy. I don't know. And I felt like that became Cam because so much of life was just Cam and work. It was just work. Just work was the only thing that mattered. The only thing that mattered was a rank run. The only thing that mattered, how much money you're making here or there, this or that, or, what you can do, but it was never enough.
Yeah.
And so it was just, wasn't enjoyable. And I think that anyone who kind of interacts with me now, whether it's like in live stream or whether it's just in person, everyone I think has seen a huge change. And I think I noticed it before people did, I suppose, but that's why I actually started reaching out to people again, because I was like, oh, I can actually try interacting, because I don't feel like so completely directionless and broken and like, because like you can't take on anybody else's shit when you're already at your lowest.
Yeah, you don't have any space.
There's no space
I'm
for
sorry,
it.
there's no room for any of your problems.
No. And it's
cannot
like,
be a
and
good friend
I'm the
right
person
now.
that wants to. That's why I had to just remove myself, because I'm like, if I give my space, if I give myself the option to work on everybody else's shit instead of working on myself, I'm never going to work on myself. Yeah. I'm never going to
It's
like look
so
at
much
myself
easier.
objectively and sit down in therapy and make the time to fucking do it and figure out the reasons that I suck and how that came to be and what I can do differently and how I can change my life and my outlook better for everyone around me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, I've been I've been meaning to ask you for info about that, because I've been thinking about that. Like,
yeah, I would highly recommend. I did BetterHelp, and I just did phone. I'd never wanted to do like video stuff. It felt too much like work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
oh, do I do my makeup for this?
I'd be like, wait, what outfit was I supposed to
all right,
wear
which
again?
bra oh shit,
Oh,
it's
shit.
not,
No.
this is therapy. Fuck, all right, cool.
Why aren't you getting naked?
Oh my god. Fuck. And the
'Cause
cool thing
we're
about
here to
therapy
talk
on the
about your
phone is that you can do it naked.
That's
They don't
nice.
know. So you can I was lay in bed. Well, I would try lay in bed and then I would pace.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able.
I can never do one of
pacing
those
would be the
couch
thing.
things, like a couch scenario. I get so uncomfortable being forced to just like
Sit in one spot.
Yeah. Especially when you're talking about deep shit. I'm like, I need to move. I need to kind of run away, but also stay in the same area. Like,
I want to keep talking, but I want to not look at you and walk a lot.
exactly.
So I'm going to do it back and forth right here.
Yeah, no, but yeah, highly recommend. I actually have the one that I would recommend just based on.
I'll get that from you.
Yeah, just based on my personal experience and the fact that it was the first therapist that I've ever worked with who hasn't like used the job as a reason for why I was abused or this or that, you know.
It's such a non-starter.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't.
No.
There's no space for that. It's like, of course, we discuss things about the job and like the feelings about the job or how the job had made me feel or things about becoming the job and how it's not healthy and things like that. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't ever taken from like a negative standpoint. And then the more the time went on, the less the job was even relevant at all.
Right. All your problems are caused by the thing that actually helps you the most.
Exactly.
I don't believe you.
Wait a minute. I'm confused.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad you got that.
No, it's been really cool. What are your plans upcoming? Because I feel like it's already, well, as we're filming this, it's currently like the end of March.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? God damn it.
And I'm just like, well, goodness me.
Well, I'm just gonna, for the rest of the year, what are the plans? I plan on going to the 4 Exotica Expos, so that'll be really fun.
That'll be cool.
I go every year. They're fantastic. Yeah, and like when they did that AVN article on me, they contacted Dan from Exotica. He's like one of the guys. It's Dan and Jay, and I love them. And Dan's really like, he pretends to be grumpy, but he's a giant bear, and he's so fucking nice.
Yeah.
Like, I want him to be my convention dad. He's convention dad. And Dan, you're convention dad. And so they've like how I handle the conventions and how I talk to the people and stuff, and people come to see me, so they bring me to every convention. They fly me out and they get my hotel room, and like that's plenty. Like even if they just flew me out, like please keep doing both. It's very nice. But even if they help me just the tiniest amount, or even if they didn't do it at all, I'd probably still go.
Yeah, you just enjoy it.
It's such a recharge in the year. I look forward to them every year, except Miami's kind of but I'll still go because I love Dan. But I think this year it's Chicago first in, I don't remember. Next month. Yeah. April, I think.
Cool.
And Chicago's pretty cool. Chicago's second best.
So if you're in Chicago, go see her at Exotica.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We have Chicago, then Miami, which is the worst, and then we have Washington, D.C., which is new, so I don't know how it is yet. We went last year, but you can't tell on the first year. And then Jersey, which is the best one.
Cool.
I love Jersey. Jersey's the absolute best, the nicest people, and I'll be like, oh, it's just $5 for a picture, and they'll give you a 20 or 100, and they'll be like, I just love you. And like, I've jumped on people's chests in Jersey. Like, they're the best. Like, I want to do this thing. Is that okay, ma'am? Like, kind of people. Yeah. Like, the perfect balance of polite and freaky. And so it's like, this is so fun the whole time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like,
that sounds really fun.
Yeah, no, Jersey's the best. I think you might enjoy it. If you ever wanted to go, I have a room.
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Zero pressure, obviously.
No, I just don't know about conventions. Like, I got
it's not for everybody.
No, like they're fun, but I feel like for me they go on too long. I want like a one convention day. I get like I get super hypercharged on like the energy and the people, and it's cool because like it's so much different for me to go into a big public setting like dressed like I do. Around people that I know aren't going to judge me and that like me or want to take photos. And it's cool. Like, it's a really fun experience. But I am not a people person. I lose capacity for, like, how much. And it's not even, like, people I don't like. It just reaches a point where it's like, oh, my God, I need to decompress. I think it's just something about, like, just being alone for so long and just spending all that time in that cam space. And then even before that, I was homeschooled. Like I didn't have friends. So it's
one of our
different.
opposites. It's one of our opposites. Like you love being around the people, but it drains your energy, and I love being around the people, but it builds my energy. So I lucked out on that one.
It's like I build up all the energy and the anticipation of it.
Yeah.
And then I just go balls to the walls. Like
and then you're exhausted.
I create a ruckus, like, because it's fun and I'm an attention whore. And but then it reaches a point that I'm like, oh my God, like, why am I so stressed out? Or I'll just reach a point where I can be like having the best time, and then I can just feel it shift to my brain, and my brain's like, you're done. And I'll just like, oh fuck, I need to leave. I need to go home. I need my dogs. I need my couch. I need I don't know. So it's fun, but it's stressful.
I
don't
understand.
know.
It's okay.
Are they bringing back AVN at all now that COVID's not apparently a thing anymore?
know.
Don't quote me on that. It's not. It's a joke.
We don't have opinions about that. We don't have any
I'm asking
opinions.
a question. I'm asking if it's done. Is it over? Did Putin kill it?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't. All I know is I got it, and it was really awful.
It was awful.
It was so awful for 2 months.
So awful.
And I almost went to the hospital. I was like this close, but
you survived.
I
It's
survived.
cool.
And I was in Florida the other day, and I was doing a rapid test, and I was talking to the nurse. She's like, "Are you vaccinated?" And I was like shameful, and I was like, "No." And she's like, "Oh well, did you get COVID?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I told her how it was, and she's like, "Honestly, if you got the vaccine, you'd probably have really bad reactions to it. And it sounds like you got the really bad one, so you're probably good."
Yeah.
That was her opinion.
Yeah.
So I feel a little less guilty about not being vaccinated yet, purely because I'm afraid of needles.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I had so many friends who got the vaccine and then they got it again.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's fine. Get the vaccine. Don't get the vaccine. I don't give a shit. I don't care. It's your body, your choice.
Exactly.
I
I'm
don't care.
completely 100% with the your body, your choice. I actually
just don't
like
care.
wearing the mask though, so that's the weird thing is I'm like, I want to keep wearing it. Can I keep wearing it?
Can I keep wearing the mask?
You don't have to wear it, but
I just don't want you
want
to look
to
at me
wear
when I'm
it.
out in public.
It's so nice. It's so nice when people don't look at me in public.
What you gotta do is just like stare at them when they start. You can't do that? You should go out with me sometime. You can see how I do it. It's fun.
I should, because sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's nice people, but a lot of the time it's not nice people.
Yeah, those are the fun ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta like, you like that?
I love you.
Yeah.
You're
just like,
you're better at that than me.
I had this one guy once who was like following me around a grocery store, and I could tell he was following me. Like I kept seeing him, and I had like my Snapchat, so I was like, look, he's still there. And so eventually, multiple aisles later, he comes in and he's standing there, and I just look at him and I was like, hi, just like with my eyes closed, because he hadn't looked at my face yet. He's just like looking at my ass, and then he went away. So it was nice.
Yeah.
You just have to fuck with them. Like, if they make you feel uncomfortable, make them feel 5 times as uncomfortable.
I should do that. I just never think to do it in the moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely, I have had to actively work on my victim mentality. Because I'm not confrontational. It takes, I have to be in the right headspace and kind of expect it. If I expect it, I'm okay. If I don't expect it, I'm just like, brain freeze. I just want to walk away. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But then later I'll be mad and I'll be like, I had so many things I could have
done
said.
this and
I
this
could have
and
said this. This would have just been brutal. I could have done it.
This would have made him want to rip off his own penis and throw it on the ground. Yes. Why couldn't I think of that then?
It would have been so cool. No. Yeah, no, I think about it later sometimes. But yeah, I'm working on that.
No. I don't know. Sometimes it's easier to just not have the confrontation, but sometimes I like it because I do
Sometimes
go
it's
out.
fun.
I go out, all right, so infrequently that I'm like,
You gonna mess with me today?
might be fun.
And you probably won't see me again.
Yeah, you'll probably never see me again. And if you do, you'll run away with your dick between your legs, tucked up there like a vagina. So it's like, I just don't, there's a difference between someone approaching you or being like, oh, giving you an actual compliment.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
that
absolutely.
I accept all the time. Like, what?
Makes me so happy.
Well, I don't know about accept. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then they don't think I'm pretty anymore. So, but it's It's like the most, it's like, has it ever fucking worked for you? I mean, it must at some point work, or would they do it?
I feel like
Or I just don't. I'm like, who is this working on?
it only works if the other person is in
Drunk.
a mindset that, well, yes.
In a mindset,
in a
that
mindset
is.
where they're open to that kind of thing. Like, there's a lot of people at the store just want to fucking leave. I don't want to be there any longer. If you're a person that's keeping me in the store longer, I already don't like you.
I came in here with a mission. I know the entire layout of this Target, and if you stop me and impede my mission in any way,
Do not stop her in Target.
I will ram you with my cart. My big red cart.
Target women are a different breed.
Oh my god. I haven't even gone like to a store that wasn't like Trader Joe's in a minute.
Yeah?
Yeah. We should go
Yeah.
force ourselves to go to stores, and then I can teach you how to make people uncomfortable.
I would love that. And also, have you been to the I'm going to just say it because there's not that many malls in town. Have you been to the North Premium Outlets? Because they're my favorite. I love you, North Premium Outlets.
I don't think so.
It's so nice.
But
They
we
have all the
love
sales.
you. They have all the sales?
All the sales. I used to work there. I worked at Van Heusen.
Oh, really?
And it's all business clothes.
Oh, really?
And they're so fucking cheap. And when I worked there, I got them for like way less. I was walking out of there with like suit pants for like $2. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
So,
but then I think about suit pants.
yeah,
And
but
like,
there's other stuff.
when would I wear suit?
There's other stuff though, like really comfy shirts
But
that
now
people
I
wear.
wonder in what instance I could wear a pantsuit.
You could. Pantsuits are fun. They're very
I
powerful.
don't see myself in a pantsuit.
No,
I see myself in this.
I like this.
Or lingerie. Like, that's it.
I like this. I like to do all the styles. Like I like to have the
Yeah.
I
I
like
have like 3 outfits that I like wear when I go out. And like that's it. And the rest of it is like workout clothes and sweatpants and then content clothes.
Yeah.
Like it's not
so many content. I have so much more content clothes than I have my clothes.
It's ridiculous. Like it's so annoying. I sectioned off like the areas for stuff that I'm like, I can never wear this out in public versus the things that I can. I'm just like, eh. And then I gave away a bunch of stuff because my clothes don't fit anymore.
Thank you for that, by the way. She's the best friend ever because she gave me a Suki sweatshirt and it's the coziest.
I'm glad that it fit you. I was sad that it didn't fit me.
I'm so sorry.
My shoulders are too broad.
We should get you one that fits. That way
Yes.
we can be twinning.
Well, it was a limited edition, so
Damn
I
it.
don't.
A
But
different
now
one.
you can have it. It's
But-
limited edition for you.
Okay.
No, but it's one of those things. that
I can
also-
take photos in it and then we Photoshop your head onto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We figured it out. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and then we'll Photoshop us together so that people don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The
unless
same
they
picture
listen to
of me
this.
just mirrored.
Unless they listen to this. You'd have to make
Don't
me a
tell
little
them.
taller in the photo.
Don't tell them.
Just a little bit taller. Oh my god. So making content with you
It's
on our
so
own
fun.
was actually so fucking fun. Because, alright, so we never cammed together. Like, we shot the one video together, and then we shot the scene together for Twisties.
Yeah.
And then, like, life
The
exploded.
vampire thing and the Twisties thing.
And then the vampire, like, the world exploded after that scene. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it was because of the scene, because it was really hot. But,
Yep.
probably not. I think
Vampire
it was
disease.
I think it was COVID. But but yeah, like I don't know. Like and then actually just sitting down and that other people were shooting it, right? But
Yeah.
just hanging out with you and shooting content was so fun. I was like, I am
It was the
actually really glad that we
chillest.
connected.
It was so chill. We were laughing the whole fucking time. And there was a moment where I was like, maybe she doesn't like that I'm laughing this much. And then you did a joke. And I was like, oh, no, she's great. She's fine.
Yep.
And there was a part where I was trying to be serious. And I heard you inhale like you were about to say something
know.
funny. And
she choked me.
I was like, that's a funny inhale. That's not breathing. She's excited about what she's about to say because it's gonna make me laugh. And I'm like on your neck, and I just went.
I love the goofy stuff. But what's cool is my fans like it too. Like I just made a custom for really long time fan. You know who you are and I know you listen, so I'm not gonna say your name, but
Good on you though.
made a custom and most of the stuff that he gets as customs is like goofy stuff. And
this
I
is
fucking love it. I
yeah.
love doing it. And so made the goofy custom, the salad undressing, as I told you about. So
Yeah.
he wanted an undressing video, so I made an entire salad. And then I rinsed all of the dressing off of the leaves and I undressed the salad. So for the next video, he wanted me to actually undress and do a video. And then I was thinking as I was making the video, I was like, when was the last time that I've made not a goofy video for this guy? But even that video where I'm mastering, I'm goofy the entire time. Apparently there's a time I told him to stop laughing because I knew he'd be laughing, and he was laughing. So I know my audience.
I'm so jealous of it too. I was like, just getting to make the little short videos with you, like, gold! Up my nose we go! Like,
Gold VIPs, man.
Gold VIPs.
They know where it's at, and it's up my nose.
I will
if
make,
you know, you know.
I will make funny videos with you anytime. I've been wanting to make TikToks with you forever because your TikToks are fucking hilarious.
You should.
The fucking glasses one. The fucking...
What do you even need to see? Women? Boobs?
Girls who wear glasses
Gay
are gay as hell. What do you even need to see? Women? Second pair of glasses. Boobs? Fuck.
I don't know. Fuck. I don't understand TikTok at all. I'm far too old to be on TikTok, if I'm honest.
Your TikToks are great.
No, but it's like, I don't know what the algorithm is. I'm not advertising anything there. I'm just making things to entertain myself when I'm alone, bored in the house. Like,
Bored in the house.
and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the
I'm glad we
motherfucking
all
house.
know what
Yeah,
that is.
exactly.
We will all know what
See,
that is.
We've been indoctrined into
Anyone?
TikTok, but I don't understand it at all. And so it's just my place to be goofy.
Yeah.
And now
but
apparently my
that's
customs are
great.
goofy too, so I apologize in advance. If you order a custom video from me, please specify that you would not like me to be goofy, because I can make no
Otherwise.
guarantees. I'm pretty good about it for the most
Really
part. Like I
good
said,
at
I know
being
my
goofy.
audience. I don't insert the goof where I know it won't be appreciated. You should appreciate it. It's better. Better content. I don't know. The serious ones are good too, but
Yeah, no, they're all good.
the other one we shot is good too, but I can't really talk about it because it's super top secret. But I can't wait for the one that we shot to come out. I was starting to look at the footage and starting to edit it. Yeah, it looks really good.
So, the first one or the second one?
The
Looks
first
Yeah. Have you
and the
looked at
second one looks good.
Did you
The
like
second one I'm
angles?
part of the way through editing. Yeah.
I'm really happy with one of those angles.
Yeah,
One of them
I
is
know
that-
the one.
You know the one,
My
right?
abs look good.
Oh my god, you're everything. I will film you any day. Just whatever, give me a head pat. Like, I'm good.
I clean up good when I try.
Oh my god, she's so like hot and she doesn't even try. Like,
I do try.
do
I try
try?
really hard.
No, you do try,
I
but
try
it's like
so hard.
you don't have to try though. That's the
But I
thing.
do.
You try really hard. I didn't mean it that way,
It's
but
like-
but you don't have to, and so it's kind of really cute when you can catch the moments where you're forgetting to try, and it's just like you is shining through. It's like I love that. I love getting to catch that. So I will film you anytime. You're fantastic.
I'm excited.
I
There's
love
so
you
much stuff I wanna
forever.
film. I love you forever. No, really, it's been so wonderful.
I
being
will
able to hang
kill
out with
anyone
you.
that bothers Molly.
You heard it here.
Yeah, no, I will. It's funny because it's true.
Fucking cut you.
Oh, death by 1,000 cuts.
Death by 1,000.
Paper cuts.
What was it? Who was it? Aspen Ray on MFC who used. You know, you could have like a tagline in your bio. Giving Aspen Ray a shout out. Follow her.
love
She's
Aspen
super
Ray.
awesome. She flies helicopters. And
Yeah,
she's super
and
muscly. She's super
Body
amazing.
builds and flies
She's so hot
fucking
and she's cool.
helicopters.
So follow her, Aspen Ray.
Aspen Ray, we love you also.
We love you, Aspen.
Yes.
But I think she had a tagline like in her bio that you would hover over like a girl's picture and it would come up, and it was like something like, "They call me Gillette because I'm the best a man can get, and I'll cut you."
I don't know if that was
I think that was her. I think that was
remember
Aspen.
it, but I couldn't.
I think it was Aspen. You
That
guys
makes
can
so
you
much
guys can leave a
sense.
comment or write in if that was Aspen, because I'm curious. Like, because I'm pretty sure that was her, because that has stuck with me, and I
so
saw
good.
that like I don't even know 7 years ago or something, like crazy. It made me laugh so
I
much.
bet it was.
I think it was.
She's clever like that.
Yeah, you're clever, Aspen. Anyway,
we like
that's-
them. We like them clever bitches.
Yeah,
Like, you're really funny. Like,
No.
you are.
I just have nice boobs.
No,
It's an illusion.
you do have really nice boobs.
They're alright.
But no, shut up. But
Don't look at them.
you get me so often. You say things that I'm like, That makes so much sense. It's so funny, but I never would have thought to say that. And I try to be. I like
the dildo
I like it
vibrator thing.
Yes, and it's like I'm pretty good at being witty. I'll give myself that. But holy fuck, like you're so fast. The dildo vibrator thing.
I'm
was
something
great.
of a comedian myself. I'm not. I'm not. No, I don't know. What's the fucking? I wish I had the GoPro too at the time. I should have just.
It was in
I should
your
have recorded it.
hand.
It was really funny.
She was giving
I was
me
proud of
dating
myself
advice
for that one.
It was like a monologue in a movie.
I can. All right, let
Seriously.
me just see if I can think about it.
You were telling me about the dildo vibrator.
All right,
thing's a
okay,
good-
so I think it's something like this, and I'm gonna totally fucking butcher this. So know that it was much funnier in the moment and probably made more sense.
It was
And
so good.
I was stoned then. Maybe I can do this.
I believe in you. Dildo.
All right, I'm gonna do it like I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you are.
Eh.
You're talking to me.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at you. Fuck you.
You can look
All
wherever
right.
you want.
So, what do you use to masturbate? What's your favorite go-to to masturbate?
Vibrator.
Why?
Because I like clit stuff and it's quick and
It's quick and it's
and it's
easy
efficient.
and efficient.
Yeah, it feels the best. It's not a lot of work.
Yeah, and what's a lot of work when you make content? Are dildos a lot of work? Do you like to use dildos like for your own personal pleasure?
No.
Why?
Because it doesn't feel as good as the real thing, first of all. And it is a lot of work.
Because you have to like do the whole arm thing.
Yeah.
You have to move it yourself, and then
Yeah.
also it doesn't even feel like real skin, so it pulls on your skin.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's like it's fine, but I'm just not wet enough for it. Yeah. So, when you have a vibrator that can get you off so easily, efficiently, make you feel good, why do you need a man who treats you like a dildo treats your pussy? It's a lot of fucking work. They fucking, your arm is fucking tired. They always fucking need something from you. They're not supporting you in any way. You have to do all the work yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling me
So-
not to rush fast into relationships.
Yes.
Look for my true vibrator.
Look for your true, because you know what else stays in the nightstand drawer? A vibrating dildo. And you know what you use with a vibrating dildo? A charger. You keep that shit plugged in next to your bed because it goes inside. You can just have it in there vibrating and it will get you off. You don't even have to do a fucking thing. So get a man who treats you like a vibrating dildo. Yeah.
Good job.
Because we don't need these dildos. I only use dildos to make content. Dildos
It's
are
true.
work.
It's true. I'm
Dildos are
sorry.
work. I feel like when you truly vibe with someone in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or romantic, they should all treat you like vibrating dildos. Except maybe not inside of you, because you don't have to fuck everyone. You can, you just don't have to.
You
So
can,
be careful.
but you don't have to.
But yeah, it's like it shouldn't. I feel like it shouldn't be hard work.
Yeah.
Because there are moments that can be challenging, but I feel like if someone really cares about you and you are at a point where you really understand each other and respect each other, then someone else's down moments don't affect you negatively, because they know how to communicate with you and you know how to communicate with them, and you can actually help each other.
Yeah.
And it's like anything that's like, oh, it's this or this amount of work, just kind of means that both parties aren't giving it the equal amount of value.
Yeah, and I think people misunderstand what people mean by relationships are hard work. It's like, yeah, no, it is hard work to do all that communicating you were talking about.
It's a lot of hard
Not that it's
work.
supposed to be like an endless
It's not
stream
supposed
of
to
stress.
be. Yeah, it's like, and it's not like over the course of a long-term relationship, right? You will have many issues that arise. You'll have arguments. You'll have disagreements. But it's how you react to those. It's how you handle them. And it's the amount of respect that you have for the other person and the amount of respect that you have for yourself to reach a mutual understanding with each other and have that agreement and have that open line of communication. Because if you don't have that, then someone ends up getting fucked. Yeah, and not in a good way.
No.
Raw, in the butt.
Oh, no. No lube.
No, but no lube. No shave either. You don't have time to shave.
Oh,
So your
no.
hair's in and out.
It's pulling.
It's horrible. It's pulling. You have a rash, you might bleed. It's not good. So don't do that. It's not beneficial. I think that's like the hardest thing is actually
reaching that comfort and trust level with someone to be able to be open and honest and transparent, because it's a hard thing to even do with yourself, to be honest with yourself.
It is.
Much less convey that to somebody else who you love and respect. And it's like, I think we always kind of have that worry that that person is going to judge us or take it the wrong way. But I feel like if that person really truly values you as much as you value their opinion of what you're about to divulge, then it shouldn't matter. And if that person can't respect that, then I don't think, then that's just, you know, it's maybe not somebody that you necessarily need to give much thought to. It's not necessarily that you have to like not acknowledge them or not even be around them. But it's that, you know, you can have the respect for yourself enough to be like, well, you know, I can be cordial, I can be this, I can be that, but I just can't have the closeness because it's not beneficial to my own mental well-being or theirs, because, you know, that's not healthy for anyone involved.
No, absolutely. And I'm trying to relearn that, you know, as much as I care about the other person and the opinion of the other person and what they want and what makes them happy, I need to care equally as much about me in the same way. And I forgot about that for all my relationships, just about, which wasn't anyone's fault but mine, really. You know, because that's the mindset that I put myself in, and that was part of the religious thing, was I'm there to enhance a man's life. That stuck, and it shouldn't have. But yeah, I'm figuring that out now, and it's been a fun time figuring that out. It feels nice.
But it feels nice, but it's also like a scary landscape to navigate at first. Like,
it's very uncertain.
It still is, like, now for me, but like it definitely still is. But it's a really interesting process to go through, especially when you spend so much of your formative years not having any idea who you are because you're not allowed to even explore it.
And I think damn it, I had something. It's gone.
Explore it.
I think for me, it's also just a really uncertain feeling. That's the worst part. Because when you're doing everything that you think your partner wants and not contesting anything, or it's yes, honey, like,
yes,
that's
do this
so
because
secure.
This is what you're told, and
well,
this
and it's
is
not
what
even them saying that to me in my situations, like it. In one of them, but like, but with the other ones, it wasn't even them. It was my head going, that's what you're supposed to do. But that's very secure, because when you're doing everything that somebody wants, they're not gonna leave you. Because why would they? So it's safe. So now doing it where it's like, I'll catch myself like worrying about what a person I like would think of something that I'm gonna do, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna do my thing that I want to do, instead of worrying about this for the next few hours when they probably don't actually give a shit at all. You know? And it's been so nice.
I feel like until someone gives you and you exchange a level of trust, then you have to at that point prioritize what's best for your life until you prove to each other that it's important that you are in each other's lives. Because you can't just like not do things on the hope that someone will like you more, or, you know, not leave you or get with you in the first place, because at that point you're changing something about yourself to be something for someone that you think that they want.
And actually what I've noticed is that now that I'm being just myself, it's going a lot better.
I'm having so much more fun. I can be weird now. It's really cool.
And I actually do get better responses from people that I like. And I figure out where I stand a lot easier. Because I was always worried about where I stood. And like, well, how do they feel about this? Like, when I was worrying about that, I think they could sense the anxiety, and it made them less keen on the relationship in general. So now that there's more independence, it's like, oh, it's just happening.
And you can start to realize too, I think that when you have respect for yourself, then, and you actually make that known and give yourself and attest yourself some level of value before entering any relationship, whether it's a business relationship or a friendship or romantic or just sexual. You know, it's like, once you have that respect for yourself, you can not only distance yourself from bad situations, but I think that you also kind of
just have a different air to you that attracts people to you in different ways.
Yep.
Because they're like, oh, you already know who you are, or you at the very least, you know some level of what it is that you want, especially out of this situation. And so they can kind of see the confidence, and that's a really good energy. And it's not arrogance to have
No.
confidence in yourself, or even to just, I don't know. I just think like so many people are too wrapped up, and I've definitely done this, and I still do this from time to time. And so that's why I keep talking about it, to reinforce myself to not do it, because it's a lot better when you don't. But taking so much time out of your day and so much energy, spending all this time worrying about what every little individual person is commenting or thinking of you or saying about you, none of it matters. It does not matter. And it only matters as much as you let it affect you. Once you start to let it affect you, you welcome in that negativity, because it feels good to feast on that negative energy. It feels good to fight about it, and to just, fight back and throw in your own jabs and do this, but it doesn't solve anything, and it just makes you angrier. It creates a bigger divide. And it only ends up looking bad. It looks bad on the other person, but it looks bad on you too.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think people just, and I was definitely someone who was like, oh, I'll just change like every opinion that I have, anything that I care about, or I won't do that if you don't want me to, or like, or I'll do that if you want me to. I don't want to, but I will. Like, I just love me. Like, but it's not love. That's not what love is.
Yeah.
Love isn't demanding. I don't know. Was it that? I don't know. Love. What is that quote about love? Love is is that a Bible quote?
Love is patient. Love is kind.
Yeah.
I'd probably.
It probably is, but it's like, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast, and it keeps no records of wrong. But in a way, and I'm sorry if that's a Bible quote or whatever, but I'm not religious. I've read that many times, but that quote has kind of just stood out to me, because I was like, that's actually very accurate. Because, with the keeping no record of wrongs, it's not that, just excuse all these wrongs from a person. But one of the issues is, if the wrongs keep being repeated, then the love on the other side is it's not love.
Yeah.
That you're receiving. So it can't be really love that you're giving. Right. At the same point. And all of those things are kind of true. Like, you have to be patient. You have to let it evolve. You can't just expect
figuring that out.
You just can't expect trust, love, and respect
immediately
just because you bounce on someone's dick, or like lick someone, or like fucking plug the holes or whatever. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's not like, and
yeah,
there's just so many things about that kind of really do make sense about love. And so many things that I thought that love was, in any instance of love, was definitely not accurate. Yeah. But when you don't have a good representation of that growing up,
it's hard to figure out what it's supposed to be. And then
you're like, what is it? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a lot to think about. Damn.
Yeah. We're deep talking on this one.
We're deep talking. That's crazy. How do we always end up here?
I don't know.
What do we start this talking about?
I don't remember. We've gone many places.
We've gone many places. Oh my goodness. Would you like to order some food?
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
How long have we been going? Oh my god, it has been an hour. Look at us.
It's been an hour?
Look at us. Who'd ever thought?
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. Do you want to talk about stuff?
I don't know.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Let's see.
That's a cool thing, is that we can just talk about whatever we want.
Yeah.
And whoever's listening can either shut it off or just keep listening. And it's like, well, what are you doing right now? Keep listening. It could be interesting. Or you might order food. You just don't even know.
Right? No, we can talk about anything. I don't have a podcast.
You don't? No, I know. Well, one of the funny things is, let's see if there's any emails, actually.
Okay.
There's
did
probably
they know
not.
I was going to be on?
No, I don't tell people anything.
Oh, okay.
It's all a mystery.
That'd be kind of fun next time if they want to ask questions.
It would, yeah. We could plan it in advance, which would be super cool. I have asked for comments. See, one of the reasons that I stopped doing it, here's one of the reasons,
Nasty comments?
is that I started doing it, and then very few people were asking questions, or they were asking questions that were very just like set related, which I was kind of like, I feel like most people have already been on a podcast and talked about set at some point. And I feel like those conversations like still come out just naturally.
Yeah.
But they weren't asking anything like, I want to like be challenged.
Yeah.
I want to be like, make me actually discuss.
What's the
like make us
funniest
actually
thing that's
discuss
ever
something.
happened on set? What's the funniest what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened? What's the weirdest custom request you've ever gotten? It's like, I don't think about it that way.
No.
Stop it. Entertain me questions, instead of actual questions.
All right. So this person wants to stay anonymous, I think. Please keep it anonymous. Okay. I have no idea what this is. I just saw this now. So I don't know.
Same.
All right. Should I do a voice for him? Hey.
That's going to be, if it's long, that's going to be a lot to keep up with.
Fuck. Hey. Sorry this took me a minute. It's still challenging to write about, honestly. Please keep it anonymous for me. I distance myself from this stuff. I've had trouble with disassociation and compartmentalization. Sexy word. Moving on. They are defense mechanisms, but I would not enjoy hearing the story. And my name. Wait.
This sounds dark.
Wait.
This is going to be dark.
But he listens to the show. But he doesn't want to hear the story.
Attached to
But
his name.
only if we say, okay. All right.
He wants to be anonymous.
All right, you're anonymous.
Anonymous.
So I was in my late 20s, and I think this was 2008-ish to 2011-ish. Set up with a woman by a friend when I was living in Boston. She said she was a pharmaceutical rep, meaning we both worked in healthcare.
Healthcare.
At the time, I was a compliance consultant working at a major hospital in the city, so we had something in common.
Something in common.
For those listening, I did air quotes. That was the start of a game that I didn't know I was playing. Oh my god, he was Tindler Swindlered.
This is dark. This is gonna be dark.
We're gonna make a Netflix movie about you.
Okay.
Docu-series, I don't know what they're called, I'm old. It was awesome at first. We had fun. She was adventurous.
What the fuck? I'm so anxious. What the fuck is this gonna be? Molly? If you're giggly, I'm gonna read it.
All right, hang on. Just the way he wrote this. All right. We used to fuck on the rooftop of her apartment building that overlooked the Charles River. For a young guy relatively new to the city, it was all intoxicating. After some time went by and the new wore off, I started seeing some issues.
The pause for issues. Troubling, concerning events.
Aside from the controlling and manipulative crap, I was starting to get the feeling that something was off, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I would ask, she would gaslight, and I would get lost in my own head. She was really good at distracting me. Probably with her pussy.
Did he
And
say
I've
that,
always
or
been.
Did you say that?
No, I said that. That was my voice.
Okay.
And
this
I've
is your
always,
voice.
I've always been a little on the naive side, wanting to believe in the best of people, etc. She would act weird, the gut feeling like something's off, but she played the game so well. Anyway, I googled her and she was on a site called sugardaddies.com, which led to additional digging and the pieces started falling into place. I picture this guy like with I picture him with like sticky notes and
Was
like
this like the red
like
string?
a crackhead.
Yeah, no, like
just
the sun, Always Sunny, like the GIF.
Oh yeah, he's the GIF. David, put the
He's
GIF.
the GIF.
He's
Do
the
the
GIF.
GIF.
Do the GIF.
See the connections. No, it's so dramatic. I feel like I'm not even following it.
All right, so wait, how long was this? How long has? Okay, so I'm confused. Like, how long has this been? Like, how long has it progressed?
Because it sounds like
He said some time, but I
they
like
just,
don't know how
fucked.
long.
It sounds like they just like fucked, and he thought she was like a pharmaceutical rep, and she's not. But it's
Because
like
how long have you been together? That
Have you been
just
dating for
Googled
2
her now?
years?
Like you
Like-
just Googled her now? Like how long is this? I have no context.
sometime. could be any amount of time. It sounds weird.
All right, wait, hang on.
I don't know. It's sus. This is sus. I'm sorry if this is true, but it's sus.
All right, hang on. She had a couple different identities. She didn't work a real job. Men paid her bills.
Okay.
Paid for the high-end apartment in the city and were
Imagine
even
that.
paying for my parking and the presents she bought me.
That's
How
nice.
dare she?
That's kind of nice.
I'm sorry. Hang on. It was spread out among a few wealthy men who were sugar daddies, with one primary guy that I think she may have been dating in addition to me, and others I imagine, but who the fuck knows
so
how
they
many of
were
us there
dating.
were. Along with a few fuck buddies on the side, she was just a mess. I do feel bad for her. She had a rough life, but she was quite the player for sure. I can honestly say that I've been able to I can't honestly say I've been able to completely trust anyone since that web of lies had me so turned around I didn't know which end was up. I couldn't trust my own judgment. All right, hang on. This wasn't the worst relationship I've had, and I got lucky. I didn't even catch anything horrible or life-threatening.
What? No. Oh my God. Why is this? Why did someone send you this?
So I'm just
Maybe I'm female bias. I try not to be. I try to be really middle of the road.
Okay,
But
so my question is,
How long were you dating? Did you talk about being exclusive?
That was my question.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people fuck, like, especially like if you are someone like that, like, and that's kind of your shtick. It's like people fuck around, guys do it, and who do you think they fuck around with? Girls who do it. So it's kind of like if you had boundaries discussed like ahead of
That's
time, and you
totally
were like,
different. Yeah.
and you were like, no, we are exclusive. I am your boyfriend. Like, we've been together for 2 years, like exclusive or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, but if you guys were just fucking, like, as you said, fucking on a rooftop and it being
Yeah.
new and exciting for a young 20s, it's kind of like,
That sounds like
was
it
any
a
of that
super fresh
discussed?
thing,
Yeah.
and maybe you weren't even exclusive. Like that's how it reads. Is like
It reads like it wasn't exclusive, but I don't know because you didn't specify that and you just said a period of time and that it was like
it's a
fresh
little
and
slut
exciting.
shamey for to send to.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I guess I fuck a lot.
Yeah.
I fuck a lot of people, so I guess
Yeah.
I'm a mess.
Me, mostly women. So,
Yeah.
but it's
it
kind of
only
like,
matters if they have penises.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, only people
No,
with
but-
penises count.
No, but it's kind of like that's the funny thing about boundaries. And as someone who had a relationship where the boundaries were always and forever changing, like the many goalposts of my success story, apparently. But it's kind of like, if it like wasn't the worst relationship you had, it doesn't, like, for me, it's kind of like, okay, so if you were exclusive, I guess, yeah, then that's bad on her.
If
it
they
was
were
talked about,
exclusive,
yeah.
that's bad.
But if you guys weren't exclusive and she was like using her sugar daddy's
Yeah.
money to buy you stuff,
That sounds kind of nice.
Then it sounds
That
kinda
means
dope.
that she probably rated
like
you
parking
nice and high
spaces
on
aren't
there.
parking spaces are expensive,
And
aren't
gifts, who knows what gifts? they
Yeah,
were.
like-
But if they were just fucking and she was getting
they? So
him
like
gifts,
you got sex and benefited with gifts in your early 20s?
you poor thing,
Oh, I'm sorry.
by a sex worker who was making good money, because he said she was escorting.
Man, I don't know what I was doing in my early 20s. It wasn't fun like that.
I ain't throwing my sex worker money at fucking dudes I don't like. That's not happening.
No, I just
so-
let my ex-husband spend it all. It's a different.
Well, we learn and we grow.
We learn and we grow.
Hey,
and we
I
learn and we grow.
loaned my ex $8,000. Cause did I tell you this? I had to have. Probably it's okay.
Okay.
Probably maybe not. I don't know.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's a bad idea. I'm not
don't
endorsing
do
it.
it. It's bad.
So I dated this guy Max, and I don't think you even ever met him in person because he was my 23 to 24 boyfriend.
I think we had only met.
Yeah, we met like on the internet, I think.
Yeah, I
But-
don't think I went to conventions until I was like
No.
26.
We weren't hanging out when I was dating him. so you weren't there to help me.
Trust me, I would have been no help at that time.
Neither
Like,
of us
no
would have
help.
been any help to each other.
We would have just been like looking at each other like, wow, I bet her life is so great.
Yeah.
Wow, I bet her life is so great. Meanwhile, we're like,
How does she do it? How does she do it? She has the thing I wanted.
dying. Just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. No, it was bad times. No, we were going to be together forever because he was my second relationship. And and we were going to get an apartment. Well, my first relationship, we were supposed to be together forever, and we were together for 5 years. And that ended up not happening. So then the second relationship, I was like, well, this is the one.
yeah.
You know, this is the one then. Every relationship I've had, I've thought, this is the one. I don't date people that I don't think are going to be the person I'm with forever.
Yeah.
It's not.
But I think we have a
that's
certain...
my goal.
I think that in different ways we have different like conditionings
Yeah.
about
We do.
what it is that we need out of a partner
Yeah.
when it's actually the exact opposite of what we need. So
Yeah.
it's the...
But we were going to start our lives together and he was going to be with me forever. So I found out that he didn't have great credit because he had $8,000 in medical debt from having to get his gallbladder removed. And he couldn't control that. And I was just like, well, how long is it going to take you to pay this off? And it was like, fucking 10 to 15 years, something like that. Like, he didn't make good money.
Yeah.
And he was like, but neither did I. And so, but I was really good at saving my money and taking care of my shit. And I had just started camming. So I was making baby cam girl money.
Yeah.
And you get so excited with that, you know?
Yeah,
it's like, I made $300 tonight. Yeah. I'm rich.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, can I have a real apartment? I don't have to live in this basement.
I work 3 jobs and I live in 1 room at a friend's house. Like I make $15,000 a year almost.
Fuck. Oh my God, I remember college. Holy shit. What a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, college for me was good. I lived at home.
Oh no, I didn't. I refused to. I moved out when I was like 17 because I was like, no.
Oh no, I was 20. I was almost 21.
No.
I was a home baby.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I didn't want to, but I was there.
Yeah. I was like, no, fuck
family
this.
duty.
No, fuck this. Nope.
I had a duty to the family to stay home and keep the peace. And then I realized, no, I don't.
I wasn't a peacekeeper. I was kind of like an instigator, so it didn't.
Yeah. See?
It didn't work.
You're like my brother.
Yeah.
That's y'all.
There, boom. Common ground. You're like my brother.
It's perfect. Honestly, I think that's kind of part of why we get along so good.
Oh my God. Are
We
you the
understand
younger or the older?
I'm the younger.
Yep.
So
Yep. There you go. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Damn, shit. That was intense. Holy fuck. What am I doing? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Thank you. It's fine.
It worked out. Oh, but I paid off his medical debt because we moved in together, and then
oh, honey, I could tell you about some medical debt.
and then he was paying me back, and he paid me back $2,000 over like 3 years, and then he moved out of my house where he was living with his new girlfriend because I'm too nice, and stole $2,000 when he moved out. So then it was back to $8,000, and now we're down to like $1,500.
People are cool. Do you want to know something fun that my ex did when I left him?
What?
As he took some of my favorite like plushies and my favorite like expensive, like I'm talking like geeky sex toys, Bad Dragon, those Didlos, some of my favorite stuff. I took it out to the desert and blew it up.
What a child. I hated him from the day I met him, and I was so upset. It was me and Michael. And we came over for a party. Can I tell the story? I don't know. Is it okay? Can I tell you?
I think so.
Okay. We can
if
always
it's not,
cut
we
it.
can always cut it out. We'll let it go.
Totally fine if you want to cut it. But we came over for some kind of a get-together, and it was nighttime. And Michael and I kept looking at each other the whole night. Because every time he would talk, which was a lot, we were like, why? She's so much better than this. And then we left, and we were like, he's such a little troll. We hate him. He's so useless and so arrogant at the same time.
Do you want to know what he said about Michael?
What?
He said, that guy wants to fuck me.
Oh my God, he wanted to kill him. He probably was looking at him a lot.
That's probably why
He was probably, that's amazing.
He's just dead-eyeing like, I fucking hate you. And he's like, oh, that guy wants to suck my dick.
He was like he was probably staring at it. I don't know if he was or not, but he probably was. Because as soon as we got in the fucking car, we looked at each other and we were like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? And he was like, oh that guy? And he's like, she's so great. She's hot. She's nice. She's smart. She's funny. What the fuck? And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to talk to her later. And he was like, no, don't bother her about it. Like,
I wouldn't have listened to you anyway because I didn't know you well enough at the time.
And he explained
I listened to anyone I knew well.
And he explained that because it took me a while to figure out, like, you can't pull somebody out of a situation.
Oh no.
Like, you
it's
can't.
Just you have to
be ready to leave.
you have to have the click moment, and until you have the click moment, you don't realize.
And it's true for me too, and I know it, and now I get it. But like at the time, I was like, I feel like you have
to have a few click moments, and some just last a little longer than others.
All you can do when your friend is in a situation
is just be there and just listen.
Be there and listen and be nice. And when they finally figure out that they need to get out, be there to help them get out in whatever way they need. That's all you can do. Because if you try to attack the relationship, even if it's a negative one, you're going to push them away and then they don't have you anymore. Mm-hmm. So that was hard to figure out.
Yeah, it's not even a thing that you do like consciously necessarily. I would say it's mostly subconscious. But then also typically in those situations you have the partner whispering little things in your friend's ear that aren't necessarily true, or that are inflated, or that are twisted, or some people can't have passwords on their phones. So sometimes you may get text messages or emails. You can't have passwords for things.
Yeah.
You have to have all access. And so all access means anything that you say to them, that person, they're privy to. Yeah. And if they're privy to it, then they know that you're someone that they should help to push away. Yeah. And I say that from experience. So, like, really, and I say this because I had people try to say things, and it's like, even at times I would be like, well, you know, like, I start to get it, but the problem is that once they catch on that you're getting it, then it's easy when you don't have attachment to newer people, and you have a comfort zone that you don't realize that you're trapped in. It's really easy to warp not only other people's opinions of you, but your opinion of other people in the world in general, and definitely, and most importantly, your opinion of yourself. Yeah. So, yeah, it's difficult. Makes sense. Yeah. But like now, it's like a totally different ballpark. And now that you've had your little moment as well, you can kind of, and it's just a process. It's just a really difficult one to go through. And if you don't take the time to go through the process of like, figuring it out and not just jumping on to like a new thing to distract yourself. It's like, we were talking about, it's like, it's not necessarily that you need a new relationship. It's that you need new experiences, and you need like more time to figure yourself out so that you know what you want to be able to give to somebody else and what you need someone else to give to you. Yeah.
And it's not easy to start the process because like at first I didn't even realize it was what I was doing, but I was resisting so hard that I just was depressed and in my house, and I just wouldn't get out of bed. And people are like, we need things from you. And I'm like, I'll get them. And then like back to sleep. I slept so much I would have headaches from sleeping too much.
It's like, oh, you need something from me? I can't get out of bed.
I haven't
unless it's to get a glass of wine, and then I can climb back into bed and zone out on Netflix.
Yeah, alcohol can get me out. Yeah. Yeah, or weed. So many edibles. I tend to go more for edibles. So I had to really cut back on that. Because I would just wake up, eat a bunch of edibles, and go the fuck to sleep, and then wake up and repeat. Eat a bunch of delivered food because I couldn't cook. Yeah. Like, I couldn't even go downstairs and make my frozen vegetables.
I would only order food. I like ordered food, excuse like not cooking food for probably 6 months straight at least before I was like, maybe I should go to the store and buy a vegetable and 2 bottles of wine. You know what I mean?
It's baby steps. You gotta baby steps it.
Gotta have some carrots in there too with your grapes. It's just grapes. Like,
If you soak the fruit in the wine, it's sangria.
oh my God.
But
Delicious.
sangria is fancy. No.
It's so funny. Even just the idea of alcohol now just makes me like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah. I have, and it's a funny thing, like, I tell people I don't drink, and they think, like, oh, like, I have alcohol in my cabinet for guests. It doesn't even appeal to me in the slightest.
Yeah, I mean, and there are such things as, like, addictive personalities and stuff, and I don't think either of us have an addictive personality. At least I haven't picked that up.
No, for me, it's one of those, like, it was every time it was ever implemented, it was like a coping mechanism, which is not a good thing to use it for.
No.
Like, whether it's getting the energy or the care to even go on cam in the first place, or whether it's to make me feel better in a social situation, it never really helped.
You just thought it would.
I just thought it would.
Yeah.
And so it's like a placebo effect on yourself. You're like, this is good. This is helping. And it's like, it's not helping. Everyone sees it's not helping but you, except that you hide it. So nobody really knows you. So nobody can really tell that you're falling apart inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I would drink on cam, and I'd be like, yeah, shots are not as expensive as they used to be.
yeah.
It's a special, you know?
I would drink on cam and hide it.
Yeah.
I would like just pour it in something else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
offer shot
I
tips,
started
yeah.
doing the shot tips and stuff because it was like, they're going to notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
that was
I would
me.
do it slow. I would just drink something really low just because, it just takes the edge off. But it's like, that was also something taught to me by my ex. So
Yeah.
it's not like, it's like, oh, you feel like you're getting a cold? Oh, no, have a drink. Like, it'll
Yeah.
just, it's fine. And God, I'm so happy I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like too old now. I can't handle hangovers anymore.
No, they're so bad.
Shit.
They're so
I don't have
bad.
time
I
for
can
that.
only drink tequila now. I can't drink anything else. It all gives me headaches. Tequila's the best one, and I can't drink a lot of it. I used to, when I first drank tequila, it was with my cousin, and we were in Denver, and he tried to get me drunk because he thought it would be funny. And
Yeah.
we're like best friends. He's
Yeah.
he's me, but a guy.
Yeah.
And he's great. And he's like 10 years older, 11 years older than me. He got Cabo Wabo tequila, and we were just matching each other for shots, and we did 4 shots.
Oh, shit.
And so he was smashed, and I was tipsy. And so I took care of him all night.
Oh,
So
my
that's
God.
how I used to drink tequila. I would do
Damn.
4 shots like
Yeah.
that, and then I'd be tipsy for like 30 minutes to an hour, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know? And now
Yeah.
I think
You're
I
like-
can do that
and you're
every
like,
time.
no.
And it's never true anymore. And I haven't learned yet. Every time I'm like, we need to do 4 shots because that's the amount that I need.
They're like, no, it's
And
not.
then I do
maybe 1.
3, and I'm like, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
Oh, fuck. Aging is no joke. It's impressive to me, people who can just go out and drink all the time, or like drink all the time at home. Like,
Your body just acclimates. And then
it does. It actually, it was funny. I was talking to my man about that. Like, it acclimates, but it doesn't. It just
Yeah.
like makes you more accustomed to feeling like shit all the
Yeah.
time. You're just like, oh, this is my base level of comfort, and it's garbage. And then you just get used to the base level feeling of garbage. And then the hangovers,
Yeah.
when you come back to the base level of garbage, you're like, oh, it's not so bad. It's just a base level of garbage again.
Yeah.
And it's like, if anything, it just acclimates you. I don't feel like you get used to it, but you don't. And you just get used to dying faster.
it's that thing we were talking about earlier, the frog in the pot.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
slowly heating up. So
We've
it
come
doesn't
full
feel
circle,
so-
I think.
We did. Look at us.
Look at us.
We did the thing.
We did it. All the circles. Oh, I can't do that.
What happened?
Oh, okay. So
I grabbed that earlier too. I was
yeah,
like,
no,
what is
no,
this?
no, you're fine. I did a photo shoot with the man, and he was doing a lever off my arm. We've done this before, but the problem is you really need to have a firm grip to lock yourself into place. But I thought, because I'm strong now, I can like really push myself, use my glutes, use my arms, push myself into the wall and support a lever. And I was doing so great for all of 2 seconds before my elbow like snapped.
Ooh.
And I dropped him on his back, and I felt really bad about it. But
Snapped.
I don't know. And then, but at first it was like, it was sore, but it
Did
didn't.
that click noise?
It wasn't like a noise. It was just like where it just gave way. Like it felt strong, and
Yeah.
then suddenly there was no power behind it at all. It was just very strange. But Yeah, it just gave out. And so I was like, oh, cool. But then it didn't hurt as much. So I was like, oh, I'll go to the gym, I'll train. And I think that is what fucked it. Because I woke up this morning. I was like, oh no, this is aging. Like, this is being old.
I've had my elbows give out on me like that too. Like in different positions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it feels like a click, but it just goes fluh. But never that intense.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
So you've probably never tried to hang
No,
someone's whole body weight
just
from
my
their
body
arm.
weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had like in 2020 we took a picture of it. And I did it, but it was like on a train, and I didn't well, for when I wasn't as cut as I wasn't as strong as I am now. But I also didn't know how to pose my muscles correctly then. So I'm like bracing myself up. Maybe I can find a picture of it, and if I can, it will be here.
Instagram?
It might be, but I look like a box. Like I do not look cute. Like it's cool. Like I'm like, ooh, look how strong I am, but I don't look cute. And I was like, oh, I bet I can do a cooler one this time. And then I fucked myself. So we'll try again.
Yeah. I like your muscle photos, like especially the one on your Instagram where you're like, I've read your DMs about how masculine I am, and
You look like a dude. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that my body made your penis feel small, but just so you know, it's kind of a power trip for me.
I'm super into it personally. I'm so into how, yeah. I showed my friend I was telling you about some pictures of you, and he's damn. Like, he used to do bodybuilding, so I was like, yeah. So I'm excited to introduce you guys.
Yeah, it'll be nice to meet.
Yeah, but I was showing off your pictures. I was like, look how hot she is. Look how ripped she is. Look at her muscles.
I'm gonna put a strap on in her. Oh my god, that was super fun. I can't wait for that video to come out.
Oh, it's so nice.
And
so
when our content does come out,
yeah, we did
because
content.
because I think that video is gonna be long enough that I'm gonna split it into 2. So I'll give you the first bit, and then the strap-on one after it's released that we talked about. Yeah. Then you can have that one as well, and then you can piece them together.
It.
But if you want to find Alex content, where can they find you?
Oh, thank you for the plug.
Plug yourself. So
plug.
that they can watch you plug yourself.
And plug others. No.
And plug others. That's true. We're just plugging everybody over here.
Just I don't know. Just so many plugs. I was trying to think of something clever. It didn't happen.
All right. Instagram.
Well, here. So everything is in one place.
Okay.
It's just alexcolexxx.com. So ALEXCOALXXX.com.
Perfect.
That's the whole thing. Everything's there. There's like 30 or 40 links. I don't remember. Just go look.
All the things. All the things
There's
are there.
the safe for work. Mostly ones are at the top, and then the not so much are at the bottom. You might have to click something. It's easy. If you can't
click
figure
all
it out,
the things.
you're not old enough
And
to
if
buy
you
it.
click all the things,
Yes.
you'll find everywhere she is.
Yeah.
And if someone contacts you from somewhere that is not those links,
It's not me.
I just like to remind people because
Good.
y'all seem to keep forgetting.
It's so, I hate the catfish
Bringing
shit.
catfish awareness to podcasts.
I hate the catfish thing. It makes me feel so upset and angry and also guilty sometimes, but I can't feel guilty about it anymore. I can't sustain it.
I have lost and given away all of the fucks that I had left because I'm like, at this point, we're going on how many years? We're going on 9,
Just
10
pay
years.
attention.
10 years and you haven't, I can't.
just-
I'm an old woman now. You haven't figured it out yet?
Just please pay attention.
Just pay
and
attention.
also, like, I have a link list,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell everyone, it's like, if it's not there, it's not me. And I still have people constantly, even in my TikTok comments, they're like, hey, did you message me from this random fucking TikTok
No,
account?
that's your wishful dick thinking.
It's like, I'm never going to message you first. I'm not going to do it. I won't. And if I do, I will send you a recorded video of me saying, hey, this is Alex Cole, your username is this, and I am messaging you on this place because it's really me. Bleh. Like something like that. And there will be no confusing it. Otherwise, it's not fucking me. It's somebody that wants to take your money. I will never ask you for money other than if you want to buy things. Yeah. The worst is when they just use my pictures to catfish people that don't know who the fuck I am. That's the part I feel bad about.
Yeah. But at that point too, I kind of feel like
I have to watermark everything.
it's on everyone to kind of like figure out who someone is, especially meeting them, like at this day and age, you can figure out a lot about someone like very easily. Like,
Don't
do a Google image search. Like, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
like I'm saying there are ways to verify. Like, honestly, like, and a lot of people say I kind of was introduced to my man online, and guess what?
Yeah.
Before I ever met him, I looked up so much shit.
And you would not have sent him money.
No, like, and the funny thing is, like, it's just I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
sucks. It sucks when it's old people. That's the part. Because
Yeah.
I had these two women contact me through Instagram, and their dad, who was in his 70s and was like a veteran, had fucking been catfished by some asshole using my pictures and like a totally different name. And they had Google image searched and figured out it was me, so they contacted me. And I literally got on a video chat call with him, and he still didn't believe that I was telling the truth.
That's one
He
of
was
the
like,
problems. Like, I've addressed that on this podcast. I've addressed it in live streams. And you can be there physically telling this person,
don't know
essentially
you.
to their face, this is not real. I do not know you. I've never talked to you. I've never met you. Especially if it's these places that you're saying, like this and this. And they'll still be like, but, and it's like,
Yeah.
no. And I've talked
like-
about this with Kira Noir too, because she had a similar situation.
Yeah.
And she tried to be like upfront with the girl, and she's still just like, no, but like, if I just, and they just think like, but I feel like I know you because I've been talking to you all the
Yeah.
time. I was like, but you still forget that's still not me. And so I'm pretending to be me who doesn't even know me.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, you don't know anything about me.
yeah. And
It's hard.
I'm not looking online for anything.
No.
Like, it's not my thing. I
I'm
can't
not-
do the online thing.
I'm not single. I'm
Yeah.
not looking for men.
I
I'm
don't-
sorry. I am looking for performers, and I find them myself because I also vet those too now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
How do you feel about the how everyone's a kind of a performer now because of OnlyFans and everything? Like, I feel like it's more.
I don't. It's so like I wouldn't. I would have to like. That's one of the reasons that I like to do the podcast is I like to sit down and talk with people, and then I'm like, oh, like I think it would be fun to make content with you, or like,
Yeah.
and it gives you kind of like a gauge of people. I feel like, and it's hard for me to just go to like any random content performer and then, because it's kind of like I don't trust people. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't trust
I like
people.
to
And
work
if
with
you're new to
people.
an industry that you don't understand, I don't believe that you have enough.
You gotta earn your.
You gotta earn
stripes.
your stripes. Like, I don't feel like I have as much benefit from working with you as you have necessarily from working with me. And I'm happy.
a business
I'm
choice.
happy to teach people things. I'm happy to hang out with people and
Yeah.
talk to people before,
Yeah.
before even, and not necessarily like if someone's new and I like them and I vibe with them, make content with them for sure. Absolutely. All day, every day. But it's like, I know that a lot of people work with people like just to make content, and that's not the way that I like to make content anymore.
Yeah, and I like to work with people on set first at this point. Like, unless I really vibe with you online and we've known each other for a long time as performers, and I know that you're respectful and all that. It takes a lot. Like, I have to get the right feeling from you. But like, what I'm kind of talking about is like how anybody can make an OnlyFans account. Anybody can do it. And so I go to these expos, and I've had guys come up to me at these expos and be like, in my space, and be like, let's make content. And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
don't.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't do that. And typically, if I work with a new performer, it is someone that is like actually in the industry and not just, oh, I put my
Unless you really
stuff on
vibe.
OnlyFans.
Unless
you
you
really
vibe, why
vibe,
would
and
you?
and you maybe you've seen their content or
And
like
it's
they have
nice
examples
and-
of their work or something. But it's kind of like for me, at that point, I just feel like, well, you're just trying to get an OnlyFans to either fuck or to try to get something from me. So like what? And then I don't trust it. And so for me, it's kind of like if you are someone who's actually in the industry, whether you are a streamer or you've been a content creator for a long time and like that's your primary thing or something like that. But it's like it's that whole earning your stripes thing. And I know it probably sounds conceited to say, but I have very like limited amounts of time. Like I have so many photo shoots like and video shoots like scheduled out
I've
for
had to-
things.
it
And I've had like
sounds-
cancellations for things like the podcast. And then at that point I'm like, okay, but here's something that was planned out. And it's like when it's like a repeat thing or like, yes, I'll do this. And then flakes, like
I don't have the time for it, because
No.
it's like, well, then that is time that I was spent waiting and left until this moment that I could have had something else planned. I could have gotten tested and shot the scene. I could have done customs, and it's like,
And it feels conceited, and you instinctually don't want to be conceited, but it's
at the end of the day, it's a business.
It's not. It's your time, it's your money, it's your business, and you don't owe anyone working with them in any capacity. You don't even owe them an excuse or a reason why. I try to tell people that all the time, because I know that I have felt like pressure.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, what, are you better than me? It's like, it's not about that.
Yeah, it's
I've built something here.
And this is not, it's like, it comes back to the whole other thing, you know, my body, my choice. Just because you are in the industry that we are in doesn't mean that you have to fuck everyone. It doesn't mean that you have to do every kink scene or every type of fetish or every type of scene. It doesn't mean that you have to go full mainstream. It doesn't mean you have to do gangbangs. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
And no one owes you a booking. Ever. Or working with you. Or a reason they don't want to work with you.
No.
Just take the no.
Well, sometimes all there is no. And you just have to accept that.
And that's okay.
Yeah, and it's
be okay with that.
Exactly.
And maybe just focus on improving your content and improving
to a point where maybe
stuff.
people do notice you, and they're like, oh, I would like to work with you because you've actually like shown that you can do something, you know?
You have a good reputation now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know there's that whole like, oh, you have to like get experience, have experience, but I feel like especially in an industry like this, for
There's
me,
plenty of people beginning.
I've already done the beginning,
Yeah.
and I've already gotten like so fucked over that I'm kind of like,
You
now
don't
I do
owe
this
it.
and I talk about getting into the industry and things like that, because I hope to essentially help to prevent that for other people. But kind of like, it's one of those things where if I don't even know you, I don't know what you're about, I don't know what your stance on things is, or what you do with content, or how you distribute it. Like, how am I going to then waste an entire day shooting content with you when I don't know essentially what that will mean for this working relationship? And a lot of people just go in without any idea of how to actually get it done professionally, which is very frustrating when I'm very professional in what I do, and I very much treat it like a business.
Right.
I don't know. But it's hard. But that's why it's good to just find the people that you
That
like
you
to vibe and work with.
And if you don't want to work with somebody, just be like, I'm not available.
Yeah.
No, not interested at this time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like-
And it's fine. And I've actually done that to people before, and they've been like chill about it. Done it to other people.
That have not been chill.
Not been chill about it. And I
had
was
a
like,
guy
all right,
say
well,
he
I'm
was-
not going to reply at all because I can see where this will go, and I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna extend this.
A few years back, maybe 3 or 4, Mike Panic, one of my exes, and I both, this one guy wanted to work with both of us, and we both said no. And he was like, I'm going to bring a gun to AVN and kill both of you. So that's why people are nervous about saying no to shooting with people sometimes.
Well,
But-
especially in a job where it's like, you're naked, you're doing like the most intimate fucking thing. Like, you can't have any fears or concerns like in an instance like that, or
That's
it's not
also
going to
why
be.
people get so emotional about being rejected for it, because they feel like it's a personal rejection when it's not necessarily a personal rejection. Because I've seen it happen to a lot of new guys and girls, but I see it happen with guys more because there are so many. When a guy is in the industry, he usually just gets used over and over and over again because he's reliable and safe, and it's harder to find reliable and safe men. Yeah. So the reliable and safe men have.
I feel like a lot of guys want to go into porn and just be like, I just want to fuck all these bitches and blah blah blah, and just like
There's
do
whole
the
companies. I got booking requests for 2 different fucking websites, and I turned it down. And literally, I'm a guy that the whole site is, haha, I'm a guy that picked up a camera, and now these stupid porn sluts fuck me for money. And it's cheaper than hiring them as escorts. Stupid bitches. And they tried to book me for 2 of those websites. And my agent, I love her to death. She calls me and she's like, hey, kitten, so you have the booking request. Can you look at it for me? And I looked at it and I was like, oh, hell no. And she's like, that's my girl.
fuck.
She's like, I just had to tell you about it because I want to tell you, but
God.
thank God.
and things like that, or we get forward a bad name.
It's so
Like-
stupid. And it's like, no, it's not worth the paycheck. Go fuck yourself.
And honestly, like, the people who jack off to that shit, like,
Go
What
fuck
the
yourself too.
fuck?
Go fuck yourself too.
How is that hot? It's like
No, it's
okay.
because at that point it's just about
It's
about
the
guys who get up
degradation
on
stuff.
degrading.
And I have friends that like being degraded, and that's cool, but I don't. I'm
For
not
sure,
into it.
but I feel like that there are also degradation stuff where it's like good and it's called like dom subplay and it's like that,
and there's aftercare,
and there's intent, there's aftercare, and it's like if that makes sense, because then it's like, okay, well, this is what she wants, he wants to give it to her, or she to she, or he to he, or whatever it is, and then at the end there's like the finish, you know what I mean, and it comes full circle to how it actually should be. If you're jerking off to people just getting completely humiliated and degraded, then it's kind of like, and it's not gonna like, I've watched those things, like, trust me, I've been on efucked.com, okay, many a time, but it's like I'm also not jerking off to it, you know what I mean? It's like where you watch things and you just start scrolling and you get into an internet hole and you're just like, oh, it's this crazy shit, you know what I mean? Bargain Bob's 1 Minute in Heaven, look it up if you ever get a chance, as long as you're over 18. I'll show it to you. It's one of my favorite things. But
I just burped out of fear. Did you know that you burp when you're suddenly hit with a stress?
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing. I like to watch the true crime videos where the people are in like the interrogation rooms. It's literally a thing. You can hear it in a lot of the videos where it's like they've pointed it out in some of them, and that's when I started noticing it. I saw one where they accused this guy of what he did, and he burped immediately. And I just did that. So that was really fucking funny.
No, it's not scary. It will make you laugh.
Okay, great.
So you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to burp. You can if you need to, but it's not scary.
But it's a literal, it's a reaction that some people have.
That's
they
crazy.
burp when they're...
That's wild.
When they're like...
Well, we learn something new every day.
Try to bring one little useless factoid.
I really like that. It's a good one. Comment below useless factoid.
Yes.
Or comment a useless factoid in the comments below to help the algorithm if you're watching on YouTube.
You can comment an F for fuckboy for the whole, if you don't like the fuckboy porn we were just talking about.
Yeah, fuck the fuckboys. We don't like them.
Actually, if you're on the YouTube, I'm going to look at those comments. So, like, if you want to comment questions or something for next time, maybe. That'd be kind of cool, right?
Yeah, for sure. And actually, you guys can always leave...
See how I just weaseled her into next time?
For sure. I love it. You guys can always also leave voice messages, which I wish that I honestly got more of.
That would be so cool.
You guys don't even have to say your name. You can make up a username. You can just not even say a name. You can just be like...
Jim Bob.
Yeah. Billy Bob Joe, like I don't care.
McGraw.
Just leave your voice messages. I know that we've had actually more women leave voice messages than guys, so you guys,
so cool.
the women are beating you, so I don't know what to tell you.
Competition.
But if you guys want to leave any submissions, if you guys have any comments or questions for Alex for next time, you can go to anchor.fm/TWND for those voice messages, and twndpodcast@gmail.com for all of your email submissions. If you guys have music for the show, or if you guys have art, you guys have questions, you want advice, you have a story, let me know. Thank you guys for joining us. Follow Alex everywhere that she is, at alexcolexxx.com.
Thanks.
And I'll see you next week.
Bye.